gentlemen, I still have chills over that. If you haven't heard of the news, yes, South Florida is going to be well represented in two different sports in their finals, in their respective finals. Yes, as you saw the video, the Florida Panthers, it is in fact time to hunt. They will kick off their Stanley Cup hunt on Saturday, 8 o'clock from Vegas. We're going to get into that just in a little bit, but I want to welcome you guys. This is episode 7 of Hustle and Harmoniez. As you see the banner behind me, oh my god, I could do this all day with these bars, guys. Also, I want to give a shout out. My energy is being sponsored by Cali Coffee. Yes, it is the first of the month, which means it is sticker day. So if you don't go out, Cali Coffee, make your way down there right now. Grab yourself a sticker. Yes, tell them I sent you, and you will get nothing. But just cool to tell them that I sent you. But regardless, the new banner is here. Yes, it will be here every single time, and I love it. It was done by my aunt, so appreciate that. My aunt Jenny, thank you, much appreciated, and it is definitely something that I approve of, and really happy to see it behind me. It is a testament of how hard I am working on this, how dedicated I am to this show, and I'm trying to make it the biggest thing on YouTube. But enough of me sapping about my own life. We are gonna talk about sports because there is a lot to cover today. Little bit, but a lot of detail in each thing I'm gonna talk about. So with that being said, we are gonna kick things off with the Eastern Conference champions, the Florida Panthers. Yes, you heard me correct. The Florida Panthers are your NHL Eastern Conference champions after giving Carolina the business with the 4-0 sweep. Who would have thunk it? The road that Florida has been on has been absolutely unprecedented. You haven't seen anything like this in hockey's history. I can assure you that. Guys like Chucky, guys like Bob, they are doing the work. And it all started against the greatest team in NHL history, statistically, the Boston Bruins. I mean, Boston and Miami kind of have this thing. I'm going to get into that with the next cough sport. But yes, there is no strangers to one another, and so excited to see them get through it in a game 7. It was minutes away from losing it all, and Florida Panthers just flipped the script on them. I mean, I'm still in shock about the season that they've had. This was a team that was barely in the playoffs. It took them a solid win streak at the end of the regular season just to be here, and the fact that we are playing for a Stanley Cup for the first time in 27 years. Yes, I said it. I'm going to say it again. 27 years. That is absolutely ridiculous. A team that hasn't been in this moment, this kind of atmosphere since 1996. I was born in 1995. So this to me is brand new territory, and I know Panthers season ticket holders, Panther diehards, they have been waiting that long for this moment, and I kind of feel selfish being able to witness that on my own. As you saw the video, that was from my own camera. I got to witness that. I was in the building for the Panthers clinching the ECF, and I will possibly be there when the Panthers clinch the Stanley Cup title, their first in the team's history. So this is going to be exciting. This is not going to be easy. The road has not been easy, but I trust this Florida Panthers team. It is insane to see what they have done, and they have been held together by none other than Matthew Tkachuk. Yes, it is Chucky. That is our guy. My oh my, we can definitely say that he is about 90% the reason we are in this position right now. I mean, the guy scored 4 goals against Carolina in that series. I mean, 2 of them being overtime game winners. It's ridiculous. And he was the one who scored the winning goal. It wasn't an overtime winner, thank God. But he was the game 4 game winning goal. So he is no stranger to the late game heroics. Look for that in this Stanley Cup series. I believe the moment is not too bright for this guy. I think he is bred for it. He is meant for the moment, and it is going to be exciting to see what Matthew Tkachuk and the boys can do under the bright lights. And against a team like Vegas, the Western Conference champions. You got to give them some credit where it's due. They held it down on the Western side. There was kind of no doubt they probably were going to be the ones to come out of the Western Conference, but Dallas did give them a run for their money a little bit later on. You had people like Edmonton who were giving them a fight, but at the end of it, Vegas was the one who held up the Western Conference trophy. And speaking of trophies, I'm going to give you a little bit of a bonus footage. I want you guys to enjoy this moment. I'm going to give you it. This is kind of what it felt like to be in the Panthers arena on that great day as they hoisted up the Eastern Conference Finals trophy. What a moment, as you saw at the end. Their captain, Alexander Barkov, Sasha, hoisting up that trophy and skating his way around the ice. It is such a beautiful sight to see. I'm sure Panthers fans from the get-go were dying for that moment, and what a moment it was. I'm so happy I got to be a part of that, and I look forward to what's to come in this series. But as I mentioned, the other team at the other side of this, the home team, the home ice advantage, if you will, the Las Vegas Knights. Yes, they have been a unit, so definitely got to be afraid of them. You got guys like Jonathan Marchessault, who scored 4 goals and 3 assists in the last series against Dallas. You also have guys like Jack Eichel, who can get it done. Hasn't scored a goal in the series against Dallas, but he did provide 4 assists, so he can definitely make the plays that, lead to the net. But nothing to be discredited. Jack Eichel is a machine. However, you do have the tough task at hand. Vegas is definitely known for allowing the star offensive players on the other team get hot and get hot early, but they do tend to turn it around in the late or back end of the series as it goes on, as we saw Leon Draisaitl from Edmonton. I don't know if I got that last name right, but I'll try it again. Leon Draisaitl. He gave them 6 goals in the first 2 games. So it wasn't Connor McDavid who was out there, putting points up on the board. He did provide some, but at the end of the day, it was Draisaitl who was the man for them. But we did see him get shut down. He gave them 0 goals and 1 assist from games 3 to, I believe it was 6 games they went with them, or 5. But did not provide a goal after the first 2, giving him 6. So whether he just cooled down or they just had an answer for him, Vegas will definitely have to look to doing that against superstars on the Florida side like Matthew Tkachuk and definitely Sasha Barkov, who, if you let him get hot, will get hot. Chucky, the same story. You also have role players like Ryan Lomberg, who are around, ready to score. You have the Stahl brothers. A lot to look forward to, a lot of positives on the Florida side, but Vegas also has a lot of positives. The goal play has kind of been iffy at times, but when it counts, they do get it done. They are led by goalie Aiden Hill, who did allow 12 goals in the series against Dallas. Yikes. But he definitely came away with the critical wins when it mattered, so look at him to try to make a play when their defense breaks down against our offensive players. But you can't count out our goalie. I will talk about him. I cannot brag about him enough. He has been our savior after returning. Yes, it is Sergei Bobrovsky. I'm going to call him Bob because we just call him Bob. And Bob was sensational against Carolina. He gave up 6 goals in those 4 games. He gave up 10 against Toronto, but still the amount of saves he put up and the saves that he put up when it mattered to basically, like, literally save the games that we've had in order to get to this moment where we're at right now. Bob has been our guy. I think without Bob, we probably don't make it that far, and that is not to discredit Alex Lyon, who was sensational in the absence of Bob, our goalie. But the moment Bob is built for it, Bob is ready, I believe, to capture his Stanley Cup title. Bob's been incredible for us. Look for his goalie play down the line to make those incredible saves that he does, putting his body out there when it matters most. He has been a unit with a save percentage of about 900 in just about every game in this playoff series. I believe definitely in the late end we know he was hitting that amount, but enough to be said about that. Is going to be exciting. You have Vegas on one hand, you have Florida on the other hand, two teams looking to capture their first Stanley Cup trophy. So who hoists up Lord Stanley's Cup? Only time will tell. Game 1 is going to be played on Saturday. We are just 2 games away from seeing it. I cannot wait. But it definitely is going to be a show, in my opinion. And I don't want to sound biased because I'm wearing this and I'm wearing this, and you kind of see where I'm going here. But just based on the way that they have played throughout the entire playoffs, a team that has played like they wanted it from the start, not letting teams like Boston get the best of them, not letting teams like Toronto, who, like I said in one of my previous episodes, literally invented hockey. But we showed them who we were. You asked for us, we gave you us. You wanted Florida. Florida's here. Then you have Carolina, who was, I believe, in my opinion, the next team to beat after Boston. Carolina went and did that. And Florida went and did that, beat Carolina 4-0 after Carolina was decimating teams like the Rangers, and I believe their last series was against, I don't remember. It's, who cares about Carolina? They're eliminated anyway. But Florida definitely the team to look at. And the bias aside, I can see Florida winning it in 6 games. I'm not gonna say it is gonna be a clean sweep for Florida. It's not gonna be easy for Florida. They are beat down regardless. I know they've had some time away, but that time away has proven to be a bad juju of sorts for, guys like the Milwaukee Bucks, who, I'm going to get into basketball, but you get it. You have too much time off, you get comfortable. Other team is fresh from playing a couple of days ago. This case, a couple more days off, but either way, Florida has had the advantage with the more time off, but don't look for them to be slouches. I can see where they might get sloppy in game 1, but overall, these guys are professionals for a reason. They will get there. They know how big this moment is. They know it only takes 4 more games to hoist that trophy up, and I know they want to see it done. I know they want it to come to fruition. Guys like Chucky, guys like Bob, they will get it done when it matters most. So look for that. In my opinion, give me Florida in this Stanley Cup Finals, and give me Florida in 6 games. Vegas, I'm giving you 2. You're welcome for that. But I believe, talking Vegas lingo, the odds definitely favor Florida no matter what. We have taken down teams who have scored 100 points in the regular season. As far as records wise, if you know hockey, you know what I'm talking about. But Florida was barely at, I believe, 90 when the season ended. So the fact that they're taking teams that are that much higher than them, that were favored that much more than them, they are no longer underdogs in the opinion of me, in the opinions of the majority of the media going out there. But we feel it. We definitely feel it here in South Florida. Can't wait to see games 3 and 4 in person. But games 1 and 2 are definitely going to be a show as well. Florida is definitely a team to beat when they're on the road. They are machines. I don't know what it is about playing on the road that makes them want to play so well, but they are definitely in it. And even at home, they do have, we have seen it, they are capable of clinching the big moment at home if need be, which hopefully it will. Give me a sweep. If I'm sweep, I will be so happy to be wrong. I cannot lie. But I don't think it's going to be that easy. So Give me the Florida Panthers. It is time to hunt. Let's go get that cup, boys. Shifting gears now to the world of the NBA, where the Eastern Conference champions, yes, another South Florida team here, Miami Heat. Congratulations to those boys. Let me hear a round of applause for them. They will go on to face the Western Conference champions, those Denver Nuggets. Little applause for them. Congratulations goes out to Denver. Congratulations obviously goes to Miami. Love seeing it. South Florida being well represented in 2 different finals in sports. It's crazy to see. But keeping it with the NBA and the theme, Miami has had quite a path to get to in order to make this moment. Game 1 set to be played tonight at 8:30 from Denver on ABC. You can catch it. I know I'm going to catch it. But definitely tune in. But as I said, Miami, the tougher road in my opinion to get there, having to play in the play-in tournament, losing the first one to Atlanta, rebounding, being minutes away from being eliminated in the second play-in tournament by Chicago. We fought back, won that, came in and fought the hottest team in the league, the Milwaukee Bucks. Yes, the team that was scorching hot, led by one of the greatest players in the NBA right now, in my opinion, respectfully, Giannis Antetokounmpo. But went and punched him in the mouth in his home, returned the favor, gave him 3 straight after losing game 2, made it to New York at the Garden, took 6 of them, but, we got it done. Thought we were out there too, but we weren't, and we had to make it to Boston. We went to the other Garden, and we shut them down in 7 games. And as I mentioned before, South Florida, Boston, no strangers to each other in this playoffs. In the NHL playoffs, we saw Game 7 at Boston over there in the Garden as well, with Florida coming out on top. This case, no different. Miami comes out on top. Miami earns the right to be in the NBA Finals, taking on the Denver Nuggets. Who would have thought Miami would have been in this moment? Oh, that's right. Me. If you take a look at this screenshot I'm going to put up for you guys, you will see that in April, you guys, before the play-in tournament was even started, I called the Heat making the finals. Shocking. Not to me. To media everywhere, basically. Miami, not so much. Me, not so much. But as you can see right there, I called it, ladies and germs. The Miami Heat were going to be in this position, and sure as hell we are. Sorry Phoenix couldn't make it a clean 2 for 2 on that, but 50%, I'll take that. Take that gladly, especially since one of them is my own team. But happy to see it. They are led by none other than Jimmy Butler. I know we are tired of hearing his name, but the guy's been a unit. The guy is more than not the reason we are in this moment right now. So credit goes to Jimmy Butler, but you cannot count out the other guys we have on that roster. Guys like Bam Adebayo, who has found his way offensively. At times it kind of looks like he's scared to put up those shots, but he does get it done. He has been a good defensive protector when it matters. Sometimes we do let the bigger men get the better of him, but he in turn makes those key defensive plays that win us games, put us in moments to win games. So Bam has been it for us. He is the omega behind the alpha that is Jimmy Butler. I will say that gladly. Both men have the right to be the head of the Miami Heat, but Jimmy Butler getting it done on the offensive end, able to draw fouls, as we saw in Game 6. We were really right there. We were seconds away in that Game 6 victory. Jimmy drawing that foul at the end to shoot 3 free throws that put us up 1 bucket before Derek White hit that Jesus Christ layup with those controversial seconds to go on the clock. Regardless, we had to play a Game 7. We did. Coasted. We were now here in the NBA Finals, as I keep mentioning, but Jimmy Butler, as I said, he can do those things like produce those fouls and make those free throw attempts late in the game. Any point in the game, he's a critical bucket that we need. He takes those 3-pointers when he feels like he can make them, so You don't see a lot of it out of him, but when he shoots it, more often than not, I believe he's going to make it. But also hitting those fadeaway shots inside. But the man can get it done. Also helping out is none other than Caleb Martin. Who would have thunk it? The man who was waived by one of the worst teams in the NBA, the Charlotte Hornets. I'm so sorry, Carolina. You've caught a lot of hate from me in this episode, but I'm just speaking facts. Charlotte Hornets are just not that kind of team. Either way, Caleb Martin ends up here, and now he is pretty much the reason behind Jimmy that we are in this position, scoring about 20 points in every single game in that Boston series. A big factor for us. Gabe Vincent also producing. Guys like Duncan Robinson coming in and giving you some good games, playing those minutes. Kyle Lowry off the bench at times, giving you those key plays that you need. Takes too many shots in my opinion, but some of them do go in. Those threes go in when we need them to. So big help on that. And without these guys, we are not in this position, obviously. I do think, however, it is going to come down to whether or not we see a returning Tyler Hero in the lineup come this finals. It is anticipated, the possibility of him playing in Game 3, the first game to be played in Miami in this NBA Finals. He is going to return. Who knows whether he does, whether he doesn't is going to be, I believe, in my opinion, the reason we either win this series or lose this series. Tyler Hero is just that important. Those points that Caleb Martin was producing were going to Tyler Hero prior to that injury. So should Caleb Martin continue scoring the way he does and you insert Tyler Hero scoring what he did before that injury into that lineup, I like our chances. We've got the guys, like I said, to back Jimmy up. Guys that want it just as much as Jimmy, which I always like that. Love that dog mentality we have in Miami. Coach Spo, cannot deny the greatness that he is. He is a phenomenal coach, setting up the schemes that we need in order to win. Guys like Haywood Highsmith putting up big minutes in Game 7, which didn't expect. We do have veterans sitting on the bench like Kevin Love and Cody Zeller. So the fact that we had the confidence in Haywood Highsmith to go out there and do what he does is incredible, and he kind of came away with some good plays there, not gonna lie, but we do know who holds the bulk of that, as I previously mentioned. But gotta show some love to the other guys, those Denver Nuggets. They are the Western Conference champions. Yes, give them credit where it is due, having to face teams like LeBron's Lakers and just overall dominating their way here in the playoffs. They were a team who played in the regular season like they were going to be in this position. So I'm sorry I picked Phoenix over them, as I mentioned in the screenshot. But if you would have told me Denver was going to be here in the finals, I probably would have believed you. In all honesty, they do have, in my opinion, I know I said it about Giannis, but you can say Jokic also one of the greatest players in the NBA right now to do what he does, both offensively and defensively. From a giant that size and shooting like a man who's playing in flip-flops is absolute insanity. But he hits those three-pointers off of one leg and he backs you down inside. He scores, he rebounds, he produces these assists. So he finds the open man. It's not much more can be said about just how great Nikola Jokic is, but he has had some help in the form of the hot hand, Jamal Murray. Offensively, Jamal also producing just about 20 points a game in that last series. He's been phenomenal. I believe the series before the Lakers, he was also dropping about 20 a game. So he's been consistently the guy behind Jokic, sometimes even ahead of Jokic, to do these things that got them to this moment, much like Miami. So look for him to be a name. Look for him to be a guy that Miami needs to defend in order to win a game or two against Denver. Guys like Aaron Gordon are still there in Denver. They have the ability to make noise, whether it be late in the game, early on, to put them ahead by a lot and create those big runs that they go on. Aaron Gordon is a partial factor in that. So look for him to help out guys like Jokic and Murray, but look for the man KCP, who can do his rebounding duties and his assisting duties when needed, but don't look for him offensively. Sometimes you never know, but guys like that are the people you need to look at. Because look at Caleb Martin. Nobody expected it. Nobody was prepared for it. And he went ahead and dropped it. So I cannot look past guys like KCP, guys like Aaron Gordon behind Murray and Jokic, because it is not a two-man show over there in Denver. They are well-rounded, both on the offensive end and the defensive end. So a very, very scary team. But we are going to jump right into my predictions, where I will predict those Miami Heat scratching and clawing their way to the 4th NBA title for that team's history. The first without that man Dwayne Wade. Jimmy has put us in this moment before in the bubble year against the Lakers. Unfortunately, we couldn't get it done against Bron and the boys. But here we are again, Jimmy with a chance for redemption. He said it. He said it last season. We were going to be in this moment. This same moment. Game 7 talking about this year. And we were going to get it done this time around. Anytime Jimmy says something, fans, folks, fans of my show, fans of Miami, fans of anywhere, the media, I hope you are listening. Listen to Jimmy Butler when he says something, because he's proving himself to be right almost every single time. So the fact that Jimmy says he wants to spend his last years with Miami, music to my ears. I am excited to see what else we can do with Jimmy Butler, but first things first, we got to get that one chip to get the second chip, and I believe Miami has the ability to get it done. Undersized, all of that, we cannot underestimate how great they have played. They are not here by luck, guys, no matter what the media tells you. I am here to tell you, it is not luck that they are here. They have been the better team in each series they have played. I get it, key stars being injured and everything, so what? We have injured stars as well. Guys like Victor Oladipo, out for the year, can't see him play. Guys like Tyler Hero, who we hope to have back in the finals, hasn't played the entire playoffs except that couple of minutes in game 1, if you will. But, I mean, really, we have answered every question that you guys have had for us. Miami was a 3% favorite to win against Boston in that series. After game 1, winning that the way that they did, you boost them up to only a 13%. It's ridiculous. Miami now an 11% favorite to win the NBA Finals over Denver. Oh, thank you for giving us double digits. But, my opinion, give me Miami. You saw the screenshot. I had them here. So why am I going to turn away from it now? You have to believe me, just like you have to believe Jimmy Butler. Give me the Heat. Give me the Heat in 6. I know that screenshot says 7, but that's Phoenix. I'm having Miami over Denver 6 games. We are going to come at them. Come at them early. They have had too much time off, in my opinion. Miami just 2 days off of playing against Boston in the Garden. So they will look to bring it, much like they did against Milwaukee with that short time off. And bring it they will. I see Miami taking 6 games. It is going to be a dogfight. Denver is going to bring it to them, so it would be no shock to me if we see another Game 7 Miami has to play. Hopefully, the bias in me will say Miami has to get it done in 4. You got to win these first 2 in Denver. It is going to be tough, but even if you pull away with just 1, like we've done in basically every series except the last one, we just need 1. And we show up to our home, and we are a much better, much different team, in my opinion. So we have to bring those dogs to the kennel, you guys, and I can see it happening. It could be the bias in me. It could be all this South Florida hype that's going on right now with these 2 teams being in it. So the big moment, I think the lights are not too bright for Miami to get it done, realistically. So look for the Heat to be on. We are going to switch gears and talking about our final subject, giving a shout out to the ladies. That is the Women's College World Series set to start today. It is a double elimination tournament scheduled from the 1st of June to the 9th of June. 8 straight days of softball coming at us, so why not just go in and talk about it? We have 8 teams in these 8 spots. We have Oklahoma, we have Oklahoma State, Florida State, Utah, Washington, Stanford, and the 2 teams playing right now to kick off this tournament. We have Tennessee, and we have Alabama. That is going to be my sentimental pick to win the Women's College World Series. However, a one-loss team in the regular season kind of got to give the slight advantage to 2-time defending champions, the Oklahoma Sooners. Boomer Sooner has been getting it done in college softball. Yes, they are absolute machines, outscoring their opponents by about more than 100 points, if I'm not mistaken. These ladies are legit. They are looking to keep that crown, keep it in Oklahoma with the home field advantage. Of course, we know the tournament is played in Oklahoma, so why not just get it done there? But look for teams like Tennessee to make some noise as they are right now in Game 1. But you gotta love the ladies of Bama. They are my pick. I've been watching them for a very, very long time. Pitchers like Jayla Torrance have been showing up, one of the rising stars in this Bama softball team. But they do have the vet. They do have the phenom. They do have the heat-seeking missile that is Montana Fouts. Yes, the star pitcher injured earlier, but returning for this World Series, and she has put on a show. She pitched lights out to get Bama to advance into this Women's College World Series with a win over Northwestern, I want to say. So that win over Northwestern puts them in this position. However, look for the little guys to make a little noise. Actually, look for the little girls to make a little noise. That is Oklahoma State. Yes, the little sister of the Oklahoma Sooners. OK State is here. They are in the tournament. They are for real. They are a proven team. If they get hot, they will be scary. They will be a team that may threaten Oklahoma, but I think Oklahoma overall has the weapons to get it done when they need to. However, you got to give credit to the teams like Utah, who have been away from this tournament for quite some time. If not, it is their first ever experience in this tournament. So shouts out to them. People like Washington, who are veterans of this, former champs as a matter of fact. But we got Bama, another former champ. I want to see Bama win. It is tough to say Bama will win considering how this game I am watching is going right now. But still have confidence in Coach Murphy, much like I do in Bama football with Coach Saban, the 2 absolute phenomenal coaches in their respective sports. They get it done. They have the winning experience. Obviously, the football team a little more, but Bama softball has been Women's College World Series champions before. Can they do it again? Who knows? It's been some time. Oklahoma, it is a dynasty up there, so look for them to make a lot of noise in this tournament. But tune in. Women's College World Series. You can catch it. ESPN Plus, ESPN, ABC. Get it done. 8 straight days of softball. So if you tune in to any of those sports channels, I am sure you will catch one game at least. Roll Tide roll as always, but I gotta give some love to the Boomer Sooners. I would be interested in a 3-peat. I can't even lie, but like I said, my heart's with the Roll Tide roll, so let's go, Bama ladies. Get it done, please. Well, that's all I got for this show. So, with that being said, I appreciate you guys always viewing, my subscribers, my following. Much appreciated. As I said, this new sweet banner will be around every single episode from here on out, which I look forward to. Much more in store. But, as I always say, peace to the next episode, and go Heat, baby.